seen license plates from all over the country. North Carolina, Wisconsin, New York, Virginia, California. People traveling hours, and they say it's all to see loved ones on the other side. Don't you guys just love the beach? I sure do. It's probably my favorite part about summer, even if it's not beach weather, which is probably right now. The rain's starting to light up a little bit. Definitely was windy by the water today, but it didn't stop people from coming out and having a great time. The city of Plattsburgh wants you to do more of this, riding your bicycle around town. Weather is absolutely beautiful. The rides are in full swing, and that fair food, let me tell you, it is so good. Had some lemonade and some French fries earlier because, you know, there's no calories when you're at the fair, right? Tucked away in the town of Lewis is a Cold War secret. A 1961 missile silo is still intact, and we got an inside look. The bounce is back, and kids have been jumping for joy now that it's back open. And a reminder to residents of the city of Plattsburgh. You only have 24 hours after the snow event is deemed over to shovel your sidewalk. Otherwise, you could be subject to a fine. What does youth sports look like in the era of COVID-19? Well, it looks similar to this. Yeah, masks are not required when playing or practicing by the players. That is the player's discretion. But when a player is on the sidelines or any coaches of the youth sports, they need to wear masks. You may have heard a commotion in downtown Plattsburgh.
A cedar shake roof that was put up in 1993. Moss had grown on it and it was getting kind of depleted. As
a job site has taken shape right in front of that iconic Lake Champlain view.
It's been sort of years in the works.
The Sunrise Rotary Gazebo in Plattsburgh.
The gazebo is a big destination.
Is getting a much-needed facelift.
Anybody got hammer?
And those doing the work are gaining an experience you can't get in the classroom.
You know, this is like as close as you can get to the real life because it's like you're actually doing a job.
Take one of these 2x4s off.
It's a difficult project, and we were thrilled to have the kind of expertise that we have with the students from CV Tech.
The roof is getting ripped apart and completely redone over the next several weeks.
I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
This one's pretty steep.
From 36 building trade students at CV Tech.
I like building something and getting something out of it.
You don't get an opportunity to do roofing inside a classroom.
The students are working 2 separate shifts, learning in a real-world setting.
This is our second day here. We've just kind of been stripping.
They're on the job roughly 2 hours a day, 2 days a week.
Not a long work day by any stretch, but, you know, keep plugging away at it.
All of the materials needed have been donated from local businesses through the Sunrise Rotary.
It really does take a village to get them done.
Allowing the students to learn all angles of the job on site, from safety, scaffolding, to cleanup. But most importantly, it's teaching them the pride that comes with the gig and seeing their work stand in that iconic view the next 28 years.
If we do good, everyone's going to see it. And we're going to be the ones to say that we were able to do it.
In Plattsburgh, Kelly O'Brien, Channel 3 News.
Do you want it taper or square?
The Plaza Barber Shop has sat in its Plattsburgh Plaza home for decades.
And we have people that come in here. Oh, I didn't know you were ever here. It's like, well, we've been here for about 80 years.
The clients become family with each snip.
I mean, you watch kids grow up.
In its 80 years, the walls have heard many things. Like Roger saying the secret to marriage is in the perfect cut.
My wife likes it.
Good answer.
It's made strangers from afar feel like they're at home.
I hate hair on my ears. This lady's very nice. And, got me right in.
But the one thing this shop has never heard is no cuts on Sunday.
Did not know it was a law.
Governor Andrew Cuomo signed a law on Tuesday repealing the law that prohibits barbering on a Sunday. The law, loosely enforced and once a misdemeanor offense in the state.
If it was a law, clearly no one obeyed it.
The Plaza Barber Shop, like many in the area, once offered a cut on a Sunday.
It was absolutely packed, solid.
Saying the hours fit many families' needs.
You know, Saturdays is really, a lot of kids have soccer and they have baseball and hockey and all that. So it was a great day for like family to go to church and then we'll come get our haircut.
For out-of-towners, a closed barber shop on Sunday isn't out of the ordinary.
No barbers I ever found were open on Sunday.
But the law has taken shops by surprise.
I've never heard.
And while this new law isn't opening this shop back up to 7 days a week, it's giving the shop something to buzz about.
If people want to work on Sunday, they should be allowed to.
My name is Ben. I'm 16, male. I don't know my blood type.
Ben Giroux of Morrisonville will tell you just about anything.
I can't help it if I'm too charming.
He seems like your average 16-year-old.
I like video games, skiing, and kayaking.
But there is something different and special about him.
I have autism.
6 years ago, when he was just 10 years old, Giroux was assigned to write a poem in class, starting with 2 words, I am.
I am odd, I am new. By Benjamin Giroux, which is me.
The poem was filled with raw emotions.
I feel like a kid in outer space. I touch the stars and feel out of place.
Of what it was like to be a kid who was different.
I say I feel like a castaway. I dream of a day when that's okay. I didn't mean to spew my heart out, but I kind of did.
The cadence of the lines and everything was just so well written, and we're like, wow, this is amazing.
But then the 10-year-old's words and imagery started to sink in.
Wait, he's writing this from a place, such a personal place, like from his heart, like this is how he feels. So it was heartbreaking for us.
They shared the poem online.
It went viral.
And quickly people responded, saying the poem resonated with them or their children.
After more and more responses came in of complete strangers, it really did open my eyes to what I wrote.
One of those people, author Anne Rice. Her team worked with the Giroux to have Ben's poem published as a children's book titled, I Am Odd, I Am New.
I just thought it was just going to end up a grade.
We never think we could be even more proud of our child, and yet every day he finds a new way to make us more proud.
The book offers a lesson.
Everyone's different in their own way. No one's an identical copy of another. I am odd, I am new.
That we may be odd.
The end.
But that is what makes us so special.
It's what makes you unique, and everyone is unique in their own way.
Amanda Bulris-Allen with the National Alliance on Mental Illness Champlain Valley
No answer.
is going door to door.
So we're just asking folks if they're interested in the COVID-19 vaccination.
In several neighborhoods.
How's it going?
Making sure those who live there are aware of the vaccination clinic happening next door.
I think at this point in time, folks who are hesitant about the vaccine are really looking for that face-to-face interaction.
NAMI has teamed up with the Clinton County Health Department for its mobile clinics, making sure everyone in the county has access to the vaccine if they want it. The location of the clinics are based on a map that shows pockets in the county with lower vaccination rates.
So we can look at that map and travel out to different locations that we see might need a clinic or a pop-up like this in their area.
This clinic Wednesday was set up at Northern Cakes Redemption, a walkable location with a steady stream of customers.
It's maybe not something that was in the plans for the day, but you haven't been vaccinated yet and you have a couple minutes, you happen to see us, you can stop in. It'll take less than 20 minutes.
People like Reginald Defoe, who wanted a vaccine but had no transportation to get one. NAMI picked him up from his home and drove him to the clinic.
You got people can bring you. It helps.
He says he wanted to get the shot to protect his loved ones who are vulnerable to the virus.
And that's the most important thing with this shot, is to save people's lives.
The clinic looks different than it has in the past. Once set up to vaccinate hundreds of people in a day, now operates on a much smaller scale.
We would love to see those numbers, but now we're looking at smaller clinics as we travel out, so we're going to more locations.
Bulris-Allen says changing one no to a yes when it comes to the vaccine makes their efforts worth it.
I think one person makes a difference.
As soon as you walk into North Country CrossFit, you can hear the work that's being put in.
Yes, excellent.
CrossFit is all about body and mind, pushing yourself to the limit.
We got 10 minutes to go.
It's going to push you just as much mentally as it would be physically.
Something retired Army Captain Bergen Flanagan knows all too well.
Deployed to Afghanistan 2009-2010, and our job was to help them create police stations, learn the different tactics of patrolling their communities and implementing different regulations and rules.
After 7 months there, her life changed forever.
And then just the world exploded. Your ears just ring and you kind of don't feel anything. It ended up being an IED planted under a motorcycle.
The injury she suffered in the accident landed her a Purple Heart.
About 18 months out, I finally was done surgeries and kind of focus on actually getting used to a prosthetic and getting out there again.
But 11 years after returning to home soil, she still fights each day. The socket for her prosthetic is not as strong as she is.
The socket is like putting on a shoe that's 2 sizes too big or 2 sizes too small. It fits okay, but it's not perfect.
There is a surgery that could help make day-to-day life more comfortable. Doctors dig a hole into the remaining femur and put a steel rod into it, letting the two fuse together.
So essentially, instead of using your socket, which basically you use your hip motion, I will be using my skeletal bone again to walk.
Bergen is eligible for the surgery, but it comes at a cost that insurance won't fully cover.
At the end of the day, I bet you I'm going to be anywhere from $50,000 to $60,000. I want to be able to do things again. I still do them now, but I push through them and then I suffer for them.
I don't think it's something our veterans should have to go through.
Marie Blatchley knows Bergen through their children.
We got talking and I got to know about her story. I always felt helpless.
North Country CrossFit honors veterans with what are called hero WODs, or workouts of the day.
Hero workouts are very challenging, they're very demanding, and they're longer.
And Blatchley, a regular at the CrossFit gym, brought Bergen's story to them.
Thought to myself, well, we have one of our local heroes who needs our help.
This Saturday, the group will test their limits, honoring Bergen and helping her pick up the tab for her surgery.
I don't know if you realize how much this is appreciated, because it means a lot.
So far, $1,400 has been raised, and that number is expected to rise. The community says they're just trying to give back to someone that's already given so much.
She doesn't have to thank us for it. It's us thanking her for her service and her sacrifice.